The women's seeding list is missing the champion, Yvonne Cawley, who's busy raising a family in the American sunshine. So Chris Lloyd is number one, and in her half she's got two of the youngsters, Tracy Austin, who's 18 now, and Andrea Jaeger, who's just 16. In the bottom half, Martina Navratilova's seeded 4, the Wimbledon committee's controversial preference. Above her, and above Tracy as well, Hannah Mandlikova, the girl from Prague who's just won the French championship. Well, Hannah, people have stopped arguing, I think, by now about the women's seeding. At the time, I'm sure it annoyed you, and it probably put you off a bit at Eastbourne, but does it matter very much where you were seeded?
Well, it really doesn't matter to me, but I think it's you're talking too much about it, because it really doesn't matter if you seed number 1, number 2, 3rd or 4. If you're a good player and you have the potential to be a good player and win the Wimbledon, you can. But it's a really big advantage to be in the first 4, the seeded.
Where did you think they'd seed you?
Well, I think number 1 is Chris, number 2 should be Martina, 3rd should be me, and 4 Austin, because Austin played just 2 tournaments since January, so that's my opinion.
Now, you caused so much excitement in Paris by that brilliant match you played in the semi-final against Chris Lloyd, that a lot of people were saying from that moment, here's a girl who could win Wimbledon not just any time, but now. Do you think it's possible?
Well, I think everything is possible, and I got confident after I beat Chris on clay, especially on clay, because nobody beat her on clay since, I don't know, for 2 years.
Lovely smash.
Hard again.
30-15, and there a lovely example of this young lady's all-court play. 30-15. Oh, yes, it's a winning drop shot, well disguised. And that well-disguised drop shot gives Hannah Mandlikova 2 match points. And Mrs. Lloyd didn't even attempt to run for that one. And she's done it. Yes, it's a winner. It's a winner. A really magnificent serve and volley tactic.
That defeat was only the second match she'd ever lost on clay since '73. That's 7 years. Did that hurt you terribly?
Yeah, it did. I mean, I think I was down very much after the match for a couple days. It was kind of a shock because I hadn't expected her to play that well on clay. And I've played her many times before, and I've always won, and it's been a 3-set match, but she played brilliantly for 2 sets in a row, and that's the first time she's ever done that, and it caught me by surprise. Last year, after I lost to Yvonne in the finals, I mean, I was crushed for months. And I think that after that loss, I won the U.S. Open. I was so depressed that I really used that in my favor, and I won the U.S. Open. And I think the loss in the French hopefully will do the same for me.
I just wonder whether being Mrs. John Lloyd has made Wimbledon that much more alluring to you.
Well, I think that the British crowds have been warmer to me since I've married John. You know, I think that when I first came over, they were very leery of me, and they didn't know how to react to a 17-year-old schoolgirl who showed no emotion on the court. But now I feel that they're warming up to me, as they did to Billie Jean after 10 years. And I feel, you know, more welcome, and I think it makes me play a little bit better.
If by any chance you don't win Wimbledon, though, who would you say might just about make it?
That's such a tough question, because I think 1 of 3 girls could win it. I think if Hannah can put together 3 or 4 brilliant matches like she did in the French, she'll win it. Martina's had an erratic year, but this is her best surface, grass. So she could have a hot tournament. And I never underestimate Tracy Austin, because to me, she has the most determination and the best mental attitude of all the girls.
As we've seen from the seeding caption, Chris Lloyd's most likely to meet Tracy Austin in the semi-finals. But there must still be some doubt about Tracy's injury.
Well, it turned out to be quite bad. I think I did it once. I injured it in November last year, and then I did it again in January. And I think that after I did it in January, I realized that I had to give myself time off and to heal. Because before it was bad, but it never got really bad enough that I actually stopped. It's just I'd take 3 days off, and then I'd have to play another tournament, so I'd start practicing again. It would still hurt me, but I thought that it would go away. And finally, I just decided that I would have to, take off and be patient, and hopefully it would heal. And the doctor said that I should take off about 3 weeks, and then after I could be ready the 4th week. But it actually took 4 months.
Well, there certainly wasn't any sign of that injury yesterday when Tracy Austin beat her fellow American, Andrea Jaeger, in the final at D-Spawn.
And that first two-handed winner gives Tracy Austin 3 championship points. No, it's out. That's it.
Game, settle match, Ms. Austin.
So, who's it to be this year in the women's singles? Will it be the #1 seed, Chris Lloyd, the #2 seed, Hannah Mandlikova, the 3rd seed, Tracy Austin, or could it be the former champion, Martina Navratilova? What would it mean to her to win it again?
One, I would re-establish myself as the #1 player in the world, and 2 is just winning of the tournament is a big high. It's something that you work for the whole year round.
Wimbledon's what you work for?
Yes.
More than anything else?
Oh yeah, nothing comes even close. And some tournaments you get up more for than others, but Wimbledon, if anything, I need to calm down. I get too excited. I gotta tone down and not to get too psyched up, because then you just want to win so badly you can't.